As various formations are weighing in on the crisis at Eskom, the EFF has also put it on record that they want heads to roll at the ailing power utility. Jeanette Komane, a member of the party's Parliamentary Portfolio Committee on Public Enterprises, joins us now. Jeanette, good evening and thank you very much for your time. Do you believe the board and management at Eskom have got solutions to the generation fleet crisis, and they can come up with any solutions that would provide reliable energy, electricity to the nation?
Thank you very much. Good evening to you and to your viewers as well. As the EFF, we have been reiterating this thing for quite some time. There's nothing that that board can do now, because we have been calling for their removal of the board, the executive chief officer, the chief operating officer. Because they are incompetent. They are also very arrogant. So we don't see as the EFF how we can continue with them. The fact that cadre deployment is so rife in the ANC, they can even no longer see where there is incompetence. Hence, we as the EFF are calling for the immediate removal of directors and his company and the board as well.
Yeah. As the committee, have you been appraised as to what's actually happening there? I mean, removing the board, removing the COO and the CEO, will that in any way improve the functioning of those units and the operations at Eskom?
Yes, the removal of that team will make things for the better. Because for as long as you are led by incompetent people, there would be no plans put in place, there would be no means put in place. So for the fact that we are led by incompetent people, incompetent minister, incompetent president, there's nothing that we are looking at from them until they are removed and they are replaced with competent people who can put in place plans, systems, and so forth.
Yeah, we're hearing tonight that there is an emergency procurement of 1,000 megawatts from independent power producers and industrial coal generators. Does this in any way demonstrate a move in the right direction?
It doesn't. It doesn't. As the EFF, we have been consistently speaking about this independent power producers, because it is aimed at privatizing Eskom. Hence, they are so determined and they are so focused in the independent power producers.
So, in your view, then, what will ensure that we have reliable power stations? Because at this particular point, even the maintenance program seemingly is not assisting. You're saying IPPs are not going to assist. We're not about to build a new power station because even that is going to take years. We already have two that have cost us billions and billions of rands that are not working, are breaking down even as we speak. So what will ensure a reliable power supply?
We have, as the EFF, when we submitted a memorandum in 2020 February, we have made demands, and those demands are workable demands. They are solutions. In some of the demands as the EFF, we emphasize that they should finish building the Kusile and Milupi and set up a coal mine so that the coal can be sent directly to the Kusile power station instead of by the trust. Those are some of the things that we have been calling for as the EFF. As the EFF, we have even said they must review all power purchasing agreements with the independent power producers designed to benefit the racist financial sector. Those are the things some of the things that we have put in place. We said they must standardize all coal prices and only pay. They should only pay make payments determined by the National Energy Regulator. They haven't done that. That was to be the starting point. But they couldn't do that. They are only obsessed with what they benefit. The arrogance of Cyril Ramaphosa and the minister in that department are perpetuating the situation, because for them, they've got a very serious hatred towards the South Africans. They are in a way, we don't know, but I'm telling you now, there is a way in which they are benefiting from this blackout. There are a way in which they are making South Africans to suffer. But until they come to the party, they assist the communities, they assist South Africans, it is then that we would then speak something. But for as long as we've got that useless board, for as long as we've got that useless CEO, there's nothing that we're going to achieve as a country.
Eskom is pleading poverty, Jeanette, saying they want a 32% tariff hike. As the EFF, do you support that?
No, we don't. And we cannot.
How do you expect Eskom then to fund its operations if it is saying we are running out of money? I mean, including the money that they are spending on diesel. Apparently, their year's 8 billion budget has been blown already.
We cannot be speaking about that now. We cannot be speaking of that big amount of money. When initially the CEO that was running Eskom before, they have been using a 10 billion. That now we are using 54 billion, and we are not even assisting the country. But when we were using 10 billion, the country has been assisted. We have not been seeing so many blackouts. So why do we still need a tariff hike? Why do we still need to bail out Eskom? Eskom it is at a stage where we must fix the management, where we must fix the CEO post, where we must fix the board, and then we can speak something. But as of now, there's nothing that we can do. And I'm telling you now, we are at the point as the EFF where we are enough with this hatred that is being posed by the South African president. And we are at a point where we are saying this CEO and the COO, together with the board, they are very incompetent. And we have raised that several times. I don't know if they want the people of South Africa to run out of patience, because, I mean, we have been saying this, they have been seeing this blackout. There's nothing that they are bringing. Yeah. Cyril Ramaphosa will be saying he's cutting his trip short. For what? Because he's not coming to give any solutions. He's just flying. He's just here to come and look at us in the eyes, but he would not provide any solutions. And I'm telling you now, the only solutions that are going to be provided after this. People who are put in those boards, who are leading that Eskom, who's got this big hatred of South Africans, yeah, equally the same as their president, are removed. That is when we're going to see the progress in Eskom.
If they fail to respond to your call for the sacking of the board, the COO and the CEO, how will you respond? Does the EFF have a program of action?
As the EFF, yes, you are correct. We've got a program of action. And remember, EFF is an organization that has got its own leadership, that is led by the leadership. The next move will then be determined by the leadership when it is fit, and the leadership will then pronounce what is to happen.
Jeanette, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming on. EFF member of the Portfolio Committee on Public Enterprises, articulating the latest, of course, position on the EFF following the crisis that is the energy crisis, where the country has been plunged into stage 6 load shedding. They're calling for the board, the COO and the CEO to be sacked. Look at what's making news tonight on the channel when we continue next. Stay with us.